Katie May from St. Louis, Missouri. I graduated with a degree in fashion merchandising from Fontbonne in 2011. I am the co-founder and owner of May's Place. Growing up, I was always interested in fashion magazines and movies and celebrities and pop culture icons, and I thought it would be really cool to work in fashion. I graduated with my associate's degree from St. Louis Community College knowing I wanted to transfer. I initially went to Fontbonne under the impression that I would be studying psychology. When I saw they had a fashion program, I thought, that's a very interesting thing to consider, and had some great conversations with some industry professionals and ended up deciding to switch my major right before the semester started, so I just switched and didn't look back. My husband's family owns an antique auction company, and he grew up in that environment of buying and selling, and we both really enjoyed the hunt and also the sustainability angle. Our slogan is Be Green by Vintage. There's so many incredible quality things out there, whether it's furniture, housewares, fashion, that we really wanted to have a sustainable option for our friends and family to shop. So that's how May's Place was born. I think what makes May's Places unique is that I really look at it as like a holistic brand versus just selling secondhand clothing. I think my degree in fashion merchandising and the experience that the program exposes you to, putting you in different industry situations, the internships, really kind of gives you a really well-rounded look at the industry and all these different experiences. And I did fashion journalism internships, I did styling internships, I did so many different pieces of the industry that I feel like this job really kind of culminates all of those different things that I was interested in, from the marketing and the styling and the retail aspect of what it means to run a shop. When we opened in 2015, we started out in Lindenwood Park, a little residential neighborhood in St. Louis. We were there for a few years, and then that building sold, bringing us to the Grove, which is of course a super fun neighborhood that we loved being in. A couple years after we were there, that building sold. So as we were looking for other options, the Foundry had been a very viable option for some time. We were really intrigued with what they were creating. They repurposed this incredible old building into something new, which of course is very on brand. And we had had a couple really successful night markets there at that point, and it seemed like a really logical next step. And we've been really happy with that move. May's Night Market is a quarterly event that we've been throwing since 2017. We gather all kinds of different local makers, vintage curators, fashion designers under one roof, one night. It's kind of like, I call it a big shopping party. It's really our way to kind of build as much community as we can. I really try to foster a community over competition view around vintage in St. Louis, and that first one we had right out of the gate at the Foundry was like, I want to say like 4,000 or 5,000. So it's been a huge amount of growth since we started at the new venue. My goal is to really have people see vintage as an option right alongside going to the mall, and almost to prefer it, to really embrace that one-of-a-kind uniqueness, which I think is really adding a lot of personality to people's wardrobes. The next night market is Friday, September 22nd. We'll have over 40 vendors spread out along Foundry Way, tons of vintage dealers in all styles, eras, a few jewelry makers, some slow fashion designers. It's gonna be a good time. My best advice for a student at Fontbonne would be to really be a sponge, take in as much as you can, and also be very active in your education. As I said, I was very active in seeking out all kinds of internships. Don't be shy to reach out to people that you're inspired by, companies that you're interested in. I think people are really more eager than you would think to share any knowledge they have. And Dr. Lilliquist was always very encouraging of any internships I wanted to seek outside of the program, and just really kind of making sure that everyone had everything they needed and felt inspired. A really driving force for me now is the quote from Mahatma Gandhi that says, "Be the change you wish to see in the world," and that's kind of really what I try to live by, between the sustainability education, the community growing that we do with May's Night Market, and just everything that we try to do.